Alright, what's going on everybody? I'm Cam and you're watching the Work Truck series. This is day number 2. If you didn't watch day number 1, I suggest you go back and watch that video so you know where we stand. There was a lot in that first video that we unpacked and discovered that we needed to fix. We're going to start tackling that today, day number 2. Okay, so if you're lazy and you don't want to go back and watch the first video, I'll give you a recap. We got in and changed the engine oil, checked the brake and power steering fluid, we checked the cooling system, transmission and driveline fluids, as well as a general once-over of the suspension and steering, and we also checked for leaks, which we found a couple of. So we're going to start knocking those out today. So let's get into it. So welcome back to my 17 subscribers. That's awesome. I appreciate all the support that I got on the last video. So we're going to keep going with this. So we're getting into day number 2. We're going to tackle the cooling system. We're also going to flush out the heater core, hopefully get a little bit more heat in the cabin, as well as we're going to do a quick wash on this truck here because she's pretty dirty from all the winter driving that I've been having to do. If you don't remember, we checked the temperature rating of my coolant and it was sitting at right around minus 22 degrees Celsius, which is terrible. We need that to be upwards of minus 35 degrees Celsius. So we're gonna get into changing that out. Let's give her. Okie dokie. So usually there's a little petcock on these, but we're just gonna do the old school way and just pull the lower hose off. It'd be a whole lot quicker. Okay. Hey, lots of room here now. All right, so we're just gonna let that drain for a little bit. Just gonna peel off the rest of these. This is where we're gonna be actually hooking up our heater core flush contraption to. Okay, so this is our super budget setup here. I got the hose from Napa and the barb fittings from TSC. So yeah, rip to TSC for pulling out of Canada. They use quick connects up at the top end here. However, with my experience is, well, you just leave them alone until they leak. All right, so I have these two hose clamps off. We're gonna disconnect the heater core hoses. We're just gonna pinch off our hose here, going up to the expansion tank. So we're just gonna clamp on our garden hose side. Good. Hook up our expel hose. Pretty easy. We'll just turn on the garden hose. Let me know what you see. So now we're just gonna switch out the ends here. I want to flush from both the directions. And the process is the same. Turn on our hose. Ideally, you want to kind of flex it like that to kind of really shake things up in there. Rock it a couple times. Let it go. You can already feel the heat now, boys. Holy, there is quite a bit of stuff floating around. All right, so we're just going to reconnect our hoses. Pop on our lower hose. Should be good to go there. We're going to start mixing up our coolant. This is the concentrate, so we need to actually mix it ourselves. So I think we're just going to go a solid half and half. We really don't get over minus 40 in this part of Ontario, and it's easier to measure out too. All right, give her a little mixture. Put the rest in our green bottle. Fill this guy up. Make a big mess, no big deal. That's good to go. That's all we should need. Let's get to filling. All right, so if I'm not mistaken, pop this hose off, and then you actually fill up the cooling system to this upper rad hose here. And you keep going, it's gonna fill up the entire system, and then it'll actually start to pee out the top here. That's how you know you're gonna be full. Then you can actually just start using the reservoir to top it up with. Nope. I don't imagine you're gonna see this in the GM service manual. There it goes. Wait for a little bit more comes out. Nice. That's awesome. It worked out the way it's supposed to, minus the mess. This is honestly how I expected it to go. Big old mess. All right, so we're just gonna put the rest of the engine back together. Make sure it's not rolled in underneath. That happens quite a bit. Crusty, dusty cover back on. Oh, yeah, like $1 million right there. Okay, so we got some awesome noises. We'll clean up the coolant first. We're just gonna have a bunch of hot water here. That's how you change your coolant in 2.3 seconds. Look at that. The coolant level is perfect, actually. So I had to actually take the truck for a drive in order to, I guess there's a bubble built up somewhere in the system. As soon as I got around the corner down my street, so it cleared right up and I had tons of heat in the cab, which is great because I don't ever think this truck has had heat quite like this, which is great because we spent about $40 on coolant, pretty budget friendly maintenance. Now, you might think of Cam, it's the middle of February. Why are you washing your truck outside like an idiot? Well, it's because I am one. Don't let, excuses get in the way of what you want to do. There's always a million things not to do something. And I want nice things, so I have to work for them. Rainbow. I got no idea what the fuck I'm doing. Okay, that's going to conclude day number 2. We went ahead and changed out the coolant. We flushed the heater core, as well as put the proper orange Dex Cool coolant back in this little girl. So we just finished up with the wash, and the truck is looking awesome now. So we're ready to hit the job site and get dirty again. Consider hitting the subscribe button, as it gives me motivation to continue coming out here and make what should be a half-hour job a 3-hour job. That's just the way she goes. So this is going to be a day series, but uploaded weekly, if that makes sense. So definitely watch over day number 3, as we have a bunch more work to do to this truck to get her up to par. So with all that being said, I hope you have a good day. Okay, so before I forget, we're actually going to check to see what our new freeze point is. I'm pretty sure the bottle said we are mixing for minus 35 degrees Celsius. So see how close we are. Oh, well, we're minus 29. Son of a